Welcome back to another interesting tutorial about Filmora video editing software. And in this video, I will show you on how to draw any shape and how you can animate it in your Filmora video editing software without any stress. Let me show you how. So the very first thing you want to do here is to see how you can navigate and access your drawing tool in Filmora video editing software. From my toolbar, from the top side corner, side right here, I have my drawing tool right here. So if you cannot find your drawing tool right here, what you need to do is to go ahead and make sure you click on this icon to customize your toolbar. Then you have your drawing tool. Just drag and drop your drawing tool in the column right here. But I already have it in my toolbar right here. So just like what you see, once you add it to your toolbar right here, come down below right here and hit on save. Once you hit on save, you have the drawing tool right here. So for you to draw and animate, let's find out. So what we want to do here is to click on here. You have different shapes here that you can draw and animate, such as rectangle, arrow, ellipse, triangle, and the line, as the case may be. Let's say, for instance, I want to draw a rectangle. So I'm going to select on the rectangle. So when you select the rectangle, locate where you want to draw the shape. So I'm going to draw it somewhere here. Okay, I'm going to position it to this particular point right here. Now, how can you animate? You have the shape property right here. You have basic and you have animation right here. You have different types of animation, as the case may be. Over your mouse, then you see how the shape is going to animate. So if I hover my mouse to fade in right here, you see how the shape is going to fade in. If I hover my mouse to fade out right here, you see how it's fade out. If I hover so each time, anyone you want to use right here, you have the options of how the animation is going to look like. Let's say, for instance, I want to animation. Let's say, for instance, I want to use like left, right click on it and hit on apply. Then you can see it's now work perfectly. So if I want to come back to my slide down, right click and hit on apply, then you have different options right there. So if you play your video, so what the animation you choose is going to be reflected in the video. So if you want to delete the animation, just select it on the clip in the timeline and hit on delete. The animation is going to be deleted, just like what. So we cannot see it right here again, just like so. So we have disabled it. However, we can press Ctrl Z. This will bring it back, and then we can as well as change different to different animation. If I select on this, right click and hit on apply, then you can see it has been added. So slide in, slow, and slide out, just like so. So if I go back here and I play again, and let's see, we have it right here. So we can work on the basic shapes right here. Click on the basic, which allow us to change the color, feel, and the light as far as the shape is concerned. So I can decide to change from this color to another color, different color right here. We can easily change into. So if you are not satisfied with the current color you have by default, so you can easily pick a color from the video. Like for instance, I can use this eye color dropper and then pick this color, and it will reflect it in the shape. So you can see we have a uniform color right here. So I can control the opacity. So you can turn down the opacity to make it fade in and fade out right here, just like so. So we can see, you can see border. You can remove the border of the shape. You can add drop shadow and then use different types of drop shadow right here. So you can scroll down right here and then control the color of the shadow. You can decide to put in a white drop shadow. So if I play the video right here from my playhead, let's find out that interesting tutorial about your. So you can see we can also come back to the animation right here, and we click on the animation. We can decide to choose another animation type, right click and apply. So it's going to be applied into the animations right here. So you can go on and work on this effect right here. So let's go back to the basic shape right here and see what other thing we can do right here as far as this is concerned. Then we can work on the shadow block. So let's play the video again. So we have the shape right here. So we have the shape right here. So we can work on the blur of the shadow. So we can turn down the blur or increase the blur. Everything depends on what exactly we want to achieve. We can turn down the opacity of the blur. And once you are satisfied with everything, you are good to go. You can change the direction of the blur type, projection. So that's kind of merge. You can go ahead and select soft right here. Then we are good to go. So if you want to add border, just turn on border right here, and then you have border color right here. Go ahead and choose your border color, just like so. We have a border color. So if I click on it, so you have a, you see that this particular shape here has a border color. We can go back to the shape and continue to work on it and on as the case may be. So we have our shape right here. Okay, so we can draw as many as possible shape and then try and see how we can have a nice animation and shape. We can also use gradient color fill, select gradient color fill, and you can work. You can see the shape right here. You can change from different colors. So I can decide to change from white to something like this, and we have a cool gradient right here. So we can increase the opacity or turn down the inner opacity as the case may be. Everything depends on what exactly we really want to achieve. So if I go ahead now and I play my video, so we have the shape right here. So you can come back here, shape. So we can come back to the toolbar right here and use arrow, ellipse, triangle, and the line. So if I click on arrow right here, this will allow me to draw another arrow. I can move the video right here and I can decide to draw my arrow right here. If you want to get a perfect arrow, just press Alt key on your keyboard. If you want it to be anyhow, just do not press any command key, and then you have a kind of arrow you are looking for. Then you can use some of this node right here to adjust the shape. Then you can use this node also to adjust the thickness. Then you can rotate your arrow just like so. You can as well change the color of the arrow. Come to the color section from the property and change to this is for outline color right here. So you can give outline color. Then you can go on, select the color fill right here. You can change to whatever color that you think is going to be good for your project. However, we can use this eye color drop and select color from the content, and we can go to go. I can decide to change the stroke color to something like white. This will give me more visibility. I can scroll down right here and add drop shadow, allow different type of drop shadow that we can use right here. Just choose anyone that is suitable for you. You can change the drop shadow color right here, and then we can decide to choose different type of drop shadow color. This is white. I can adjust the distance of the drop shadow color right here. I can adjust the blur of the drop shadow color right here. Lastly, when we are done with every formatting right here, we can decide to go on and navigate to our animation tab right here. So we have different types of animation that we can use right here. So we can use these options right here, select on it, right click on it and hit on apply, and it will be reflected just like what you see right here. It's that simple. You can go on and experiment on this particular tool in your Filmora video editing software for a kind of nice workflow in your video editing software. For more tutorial tips and tricks on how best to use Filmora video editing software, consider to subscribe. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you in my next video. Bye for now.